Yes, sir. It is episode number 100. That's right, 100 of the BackMarkers F1 Show podcast. We are very honored to be here today. Chris Cato with Tyler McDonald, Shaker Barty for the 100th time here on YouTube. We just did it. It's going to be such a crooked 100, but yeah, this is our 100th special show. It's not going to be really in particular about anything. We're going to talk about a little bit of F1 and a little bit of our show, kind of a celebration of us three. We've been on YouTube now for about 3 years and other platforms as well. And this is our 100th episode of these guys. It's a pretty crazy number. I mean, we've had some good success the last couple of days with everybody watching our videos, so thank you very much for that. But this one, it just feels maybe a little bit more special just because, we do a lot of these and we almost do an hour of these every week, recapping races and previewing races. And to get 100 of these, that's a lot.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of man hours.
First time we've all actually been together in a room in 2 months.
That's right.
It's true.
So
yeah, maybe tell the folks a little bit what you've been working on the last couple of months.
yeah, I mean, these guys have been just carrying the show. I've just been out freelancing a little bit, just working on some movies. I worked on a skiing movie. I just worked on a thriller, like literally finished 6 hours ago when I came here. So yeah, I mean, I say I came here, but I'm at home.
Yeah, well, yeah. This is your home.
This is your house.
We do have to provide a big thank you to you also as well, Shaker, for letting us use your home ever since when? I think started 2019, so probably about a good 50 episodes worth.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I forget 2020 has just been a blur. So.
Yeah.
It has been. Yeah, it's been just a weird year for not only F1 but our podcast. I mean, a lot of our podcasts this year happened on Zoom for COVID reasons, for other reasons as well. So it's kind of nice, just as restrictions aren't crazy right now, we could get together and do our 100th podcast. Just as kind of restrictions eased a little bit. I mean, we'll see what happens in the next few days in Canada, but it was nice to. It's nice to be able to see you guys in person and celebrate 100 episodes with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, I didn't want 100 to be the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix recap. We didn't even want to talk about that race because we don't want to insult our viewers. So,
yeah,
Max won. That was the only
Max won. That was a very good thing.
Just goes to show that even Max Verstappen winning can be a boring race.
Can be. I guess the biggest thing really to come out of that race was McLaren getting third place in the constructor standings over Racing Point. A heartbreaking one for Racing Point.
Yeah.
With Sergio Perez with a terminal gearbox issue, I think he had.
I think it was, some transmission issue.
Yeah. Early on in the race, that was a huge blow for Racing Point. And then Lance Stroll just seemed to have a good race midway through the race, but faded near the end, then lost, of course, the 9th place to Esteban Ocon. So Racing Point only getting 1 point. In the whole race compared to McLaren, who ended up in 3rd place for the first time since 2013.
I think maybe even
earlier than that.
2012, maybe?
2012?
2010?
Yeah, something
Anyways,
like that.
a while ago.
Keep talking, I'll check it.
Yeah, that's fine. Fact check me. A while ago for McLaren. So
I want to say 2011.
Yeah, that might be right. But no, that's awesome for McLaren. Tough break for Racing Point, but because I think Racing Point may have needed the money a little bit more than McLaren. Obviously, McLaren got that American investment, a lot of money going through McLaren F1 right now. Plus, they get that extra $10 million bonus pool money.
And they have a Mercedes engine.
And they will have a Mercedes engine next year. That's right.
Excuse me. So it was actually 2012.
2012.
Oh, okay, nice.
They were
You
third.
right.
Okay. Right in the middle.
Yeah, but it has been a while, and excellent result for them. I don't know if you guys saw the team radio after the race with Zach Brown.
No, I didn't.
I thought that was Lando imitating Zach Brown.
It was, yeah.
It wasn't?
It was. Because, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was that one point where, Lando's race engineer got on and he's talking, and all you hear is, because Zach Brown's so American, and again, it's not something you're used to in F1.
Oh, I mean, if you watch the one, the video of them sending it to Ferrari, he has the most American accent I've ever heard.
But it was so hilarious because, his race engineer's congratulating, and all you hear in the background is Zach Brown going, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was so funny. And then he's he says something, and then I think, Lando does his impression. He's like, yo, dude. Zach, we all know you would have won the race, but hilarious. I like Zach Brown.
I like Zach Brown a lot too, yeah.
He's good.
Great result then for McLaren. Yeah, there wasn't much from that Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that was really worthwhile to talk about. Obviously Fernando Alonso's running around the track was just a great nostalgia moment, I think, for all of us. That was something that I really enjoyed watching.
I think your video, Chris, that got a lot of views. Thank you all for watching that.
Yeah,
and
sincere thanks.
That's awesome. Easily our highest ever viewed video. It's over 200,000 video or views right now. So yeah, nice one, Chris.
Thank you.
But I think like just all the hype around just that video shows how much people love the nostalgia of the V10 engines and the old car coming on the track and just hearing that thing roar. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty special to hear that.
It really was, and seeing it at night too. It looks so good at night. But the sound, I mean, it's just. I think I've been doing a V10 video for like 3 years on this channel, and this was just the perfect opportunity to do one. But I was kind of surprised at the amount of people that sort of was along the same lines of nostalgia, because I think when we've talked about it in previous episodes, people have been like, move on, that era's dead. Electrification is the way or something. But a lot of people were just like, oh, I love the sound. Like, I remember seeing all like the personal stories too. Like, oh, like I was watching the race in Italy at Monza in '98 or something. It was just like really cool to hear from everybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of, well, for us, it's childhood, so that automatically everything is better in your childhood. So, you automatically kind of link yourself to that sound. It'll be interesting to see if the kids and if nowadays link themselves to the V6 sound. The turbo.
Highly
hybrid.
doubt it.
Who knows? You never know. But
I don't know, man. Drive to Survive kind of put in those V8 engines, so they might just think.
Did they?
That's a good point. They did.
In season 1, they replaced some.
Oh yeah, I remember that a little bit now. Yeah. Now that you say that. But no, I mean, it was so cool to see that car on the track, and I think I watched the video 3 or 4 times just to like listen to the pop and just the aggressiveness of the engine. Oh, it was amazing. Hopefully one day, probably not, but maybe we can have something where we can have a nice hybrid technology and the raw bang and loudness of a V10 engine.
I think they would have to fake it.
They might have to, but I'm okay with it.
The sound,
like road cars.
Yeah, I think they would have to fake it.
I think I'm okay with it.
I mean, they could go. I mean, a lot of people were saying in the comments too, just use biofuels, just some cleaner biofuels, and put it in the V10, or use something with the battery. I don't know.
They're testing. I think each engine manufacturer, including Honda, got a barrel of new fuel technology for them to develop engines for the next engine.
Okay.
Coming up, they don't know what I don't know what that fuel technology is, but apparently it's supposed to be some new revolutionary fuel. So hey, who knows? Maybe they can do it with that fuel. Yeah, we don't know, right? It's supposed to be very good for the environment.
2020 is not the year, man.
No,
not the year to be testing it.
No, not. You're right. Yeah, you're not. That's
not
right.
the year, bro.
But it is upcoming though. I mean, the new ones are supposed to come in 2026, so they got to figure it out now what they want to do roughly. I mean, obviously, I'm not holding out any hope. I don't think that it's ever going to go back to that. So I think I'm just hoping that one day I can go and watch it or listen to it in person. I know they do a lot of kind of historic runs at Monza with old Ferrari V10s and V12s and V8s. So I don't know if they do it regularly or what the schedule is, but it's awesome that they maintain it so well that they can run, because Alonso was pushing.
Yeah, he was.
So
he was only a couple. Well, in your video, you said it was only a couple seconds slower than
2 seconds. Yeah.
What the F1 cars are doing. I think that it would be really cool to go to the Goodwoods Festival of Speed. There's a lot of cool cars in general, but they have a lot of retro, old, nostalgic F1 cars that do hot laps around the track.
Yeah.
I think it'd be amazing to go see. Really one of the only chances to go do it. That's on my bucket list to go to Goodwoods.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a good one to go to for sure. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to hear that one time in person. Just before we move on, because you were talking about the 100K videos, we still have the challenge actually ongoing for the Max Verstappen one, because that was our initial goal to get to 100K because it was close. I think it's around 85 or 86 now. So that contest is still available. If you go to our Twitter page, it's pinned on our profile if you still want to enter. And I did actually bring, because Tyler, I know last time you were so disappointed that we were giving this away. I think you still are.
I might steal it.
You might steal it.
I might steal it.
I wanted to show it to everybody here, just on camera, and to you guys as well. This is the 7th gear ratio from I think it is, what does it say here? The 2014. What these little
silica
gel packs always get in my way. Sorry. So it is the 2014 race and test use MR03 part from the cars driven of Max Chilton and, of course, the late Jules Bianchi during the 2014 F1 season. So this is the actual gear ratio itself. I'll pass it along to you guys.
I want to see it.
Yeah, Shaker hasn't seen it. Yeah.
It's gone. I
didn't see anything.
It is the coolest thing in the world.
That's actually pretty
I can't believe we're giving it away because I want it so bad.
Well, if it doesn't get to 100K by a certain time, maybe we'll just have to cancel the whole thing.
We might have to. We might have to.
Maybe just buy another one. So we do have, it comes with a little certificate of authenticity, if you guys can see that. It is on our Twitter page if you want to see a better photo of it as well. Yeah. That is the little gear ratio. It's actually it's decently heavy too.
It's really heavy.
Yeah, for what it is. Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
And you think of how
Not something you can wear as a chain.
No. Well, you think of like how light F1 cars are and how they're trying to save so much weight.
Yeah.
This is just one gear ratio, and this weighs like at least 2-3 pounds.
It is, yeah. I think it's got to be a good pound or two. Yeah.
And like if you're trying to save all this weight, I don't know, you could probably make those a little better.
Yeah.
It's probably carbon fiber now.
It
I'm not
might
sure.
be. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not
it is
an
a nice
engineering
little
student.
part, that's for
I
sure.
don't know anything about engineering.
Yeah. So yeah, that's there. If you guys still want to enter that, it's available. As soon as we get 100K, then we'll throw all the names that we got so far into a random draw and then get that out to you guys. So
You can find all the details on our Twitter page at TBMF1 Show.
Yep.
Yeah?
And linked in the description of the video just to make it easier.
I don't know what
I was trying to make sure I didn't
The
screw that one up.
tweeter. All right, so let's get into. What should we start with? I guess. Do we want to start with the questions, or do we want to just kind of maybe go with just looking back at some of the moments on our show, or the initial days of the show? We can kind of really go in any one
Wherever we
direction
want.
on this one. Yeah.
Oh, you got the questions up. Let's go
The
with the
questions?
questions.
Okay, we'll go with the questions.
We kind of like covered our how we kind of started up in that interview we did earlier this year too.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, actually, I don't know if you guys. I forgot to bring. I brought that notepad with the very first meeting that we had.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
brainstorming, and it's in my bag. So maybe if you guys could just take over for a second, I'm gonna go grab
Yeah,
it.
we can do that.
All right.
What's
Yeah.
the first question on there?
That's gonna be cool to see. Well, I'll wait for Chris to come back for that because that'd be cool. But like, I don't know if you remember how we started all this out, Shaker.
I mean,
but
you guys kind of came to me afterwards.
Yeah, but like, I think a lot of it was. I remember were we at college at that point, or were we out of college when we
We were
started
out of
thinking
college.
this?
I think you, and Chris were maybe doing like a
Don't worry, no hole in the wall.
like a hockey broadcast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think that's how we kind of started talking about it.
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
then I remember us being like, yeah, let's just do it. Screw it.
Yeah. When was that? It was, I think, the winter of like
2017 or
17
something.
probably,
It had
yeah.
to be because I think I would have just been starting my job at that point.
Yeah.
Or
So
like-
that was a while ago now, if you really think about it. But yeah, so I think that was how it went. Yeah, I went to. I think I came to you, Tyler, first, and then
I think so. Yeah.
I think I talked to you, Shaker. But yeah, coming back from one of the broadcasts that we did, a hockey
Yeah.
game or something.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Yeah. And originally it was kind of like it's supposed to be like a Joe Rogan style
Yeah.
podcast, which it's not at all.
Not
It's
anymore.
Not anymore. No, which I kind of like. It's gone on our own ways,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, I
Way
wasn't
better.
supposed to talk.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Do you
I remember that.
do you remember that first episode where? Well, it's funny if you go back to our very first videos. We were recording at my work, like using one of the boardrooms.
Oh yeah, that's
which
right.
no longer exists because they renovated the building. But like we kind of like didn't even really have permission. I guess we just did it.
We just kind of shot
it
it
was-
there.
yeah.
Everyone was okay with it. it
Yeah,
seemed.
they're like whatever. Chris is a little messed up, so we'll just let him do it. But yeah, we had the mic set up, these ones right here, but we didn't give Shaker a microphone because he was just gonna run all the technical stuff and monitor the audio and pull up
Yeah.
things. And then just as we got going, it just kept on talking.
Yeah,
And we're like, all right,
didn't
we gotta
shut
get
up.
this-
You just wouldn't shut up. We had to put a mic in front of you.
we gotta get this guy a mic. And
I didn't know anything about F1. I still really don't, but I get by.
But I think the coolest thing about this podcast is that none of us are experts by far. None of us know really what's you don't have any inside info. It's a lot of it coming as the fans' point of view, as your point of view, the viewer. We're fans just like you guys, and I think it's cool to kind of have the fans' reaction on how certain things end up in the F1 world and what a lot of fans think, and we bring that fan discussion and try to bring it to our comment section and in our podcast. And I think that's where this podcast is really morphed into, is just a collaboration of all the fans getting together
Yes.
and discussing their opinions.
Yep.
Yeah, like when we say like comment down below, it's not just because, you know, we want to load the comment section, because we actually want to hear from you guys.
A lot of our stuff that it goes to the comments gets brought up in the next podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we try, like, most of our videos, we don't have a ton of comments. Like the last couple ones, obviously we can't get to every single one. So when we don't have as many comments, we can pretty much get to everybody.
Yeah.
And there's actually a lot of really interesting and smart opinions out there that, again, like you said, Tyler, just comes exactly from the fans, which we are as well. So
Just want to point out the key word was some.
some.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah. There are some morons too.
That's
Yeah, there's some of those as well.
I will say I'm pretty impressed on our viewership and
No,
our
I-
following. A lot of them, like 99, I say 95%,
It's been very
Are-
like, you know,
very civil, very discussed, and like no one's bashing anyone. I love that about our
that is
our
one of the
community.
things I have noticed.
Yeah, our
It's true.
community is great.
I got one, the Hamilton one about like George Russell. That was a new one because somebody said I was racist because I criticized Hamilton a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah. Which I actually didn't even criticize it, because as I was writing it, I'm like, I have to explicitly say that I'm not putting Lewis Hamilton down, because I know the Hamilton fans will get triggered. They definitely got triggered.
I think if you go watch any of our videos, I think we're like the biggest kind of supporters of Lewis. And we're not Lewis fans, but like I think we've said multiple times, especially in the last like 6 months, like this guy is one of the greatest drivers of all time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous what he does on the track. I think we even said in that podcast too that like this shows how much like how good Hamilton is, because Russell, like, you can't just put a driver in there and match Hamilton. Like, it's not like,
Right.
Yeah, they match Bottas, but
Yeah.
that's an average driver. It's not Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, it was a completely different point we were trying to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, there's that. You guys are completely right there. Everybody's like really respectful, and honestly, like I don't mind people if they're roasting us or they're doing like really good banters. Like I don't mind that at all. Just be prepared to get it back at you.
Yeah, I enjoy the bants.
Yeah.
So I'm about it.
Yeah, you've responded to a couple people in the past, which I love.
Yeah.
You don't take any shit. But I know some people in sort of the YouTube or the online community that get like, that's the problem I have with F1 Twitter. It's like, look, if you're gonna do these shows and we're putting ourselves out there online, like you have to be ready to take criticism and stupid people saying stupid shit. You can't take it personally.
Yeah.
And it's
And I find a lot of the time we all choose a different point of view for the sake of the argument too. We never, like unless it's like, oh no, this is definitely the right direction that we want to go in. I think most of the time we try to like you choose a different point of view or come with a different point of view to kind of keep the conversation going a little bit.
yeah.
So
Well, and the other thing that I like about our show, and I guess maybe if I could compliment ourselves on that, is that we try and be as unbiased as possible. And some people are going to be like screaming right now, but you guys love Max. And it's
We do love Max.
We do love Max. He's great.
We love a lot of the other drivers too, though.
Yeah, exactly. I think we like all of them. And we don't try and do stuff that's for clickbait or for views in that sense. It's just we try and be as balanced and as honest about everybody as possible. Give credit to where credit is due to everybody. And also at the same time, not putting anybody down. I find that's a lot that's kind of trending right now in this F1 community. It's like, as soon as something happens, it's immediately like putting people down.
I think Alex Albon's a perfect example of that right now. Like he's having a tough go. He's a fantastic talent, and he has so much potential. It's just not the right fit right now. He just needs to grow a little bit more. I think Alex Albon should have an F1 seat in the near future, even as early as 2022. But I mean, there's someone, for example, that has just have a lot of heat and criticism on him, and he hasn't had the season that he wanted. But he's still a fantastic driver, in my opinion. I think that he is deserving of an F1 seat. I think he should be in that AlphaTauri seat that Yuki Tsunoda's in. No disrespect to Yuki Tsunoda, he's a great driver. He's not ready for the AlphaTauri seat. It's just kind of one of those. I wish it fell differently for Alex, but I think just right now, a prime example of that kind of toxic environment that you see a little bit online.
Yeah. And like we try to avoid that, or at least I hope we try and avoid that.
I'm toxic. Oh my god.
Can you spell toxic?
No.
Yeah, like what was your reaction when your buddy Ocon there got a podium?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the race. I wasn't upset by it. I always want one of like the drivers to get a podium. Like,
Yeah, I know.
like
If you haven't watched in the past,
I watched the highlights.
Shaker is not a fan of Volcon.
No,
he's
but
got
I'm not-
a big no. You just don't like him because he took
I'm
out
not.
Max.
I'm not. I will gladly admit I am not a fan of it. My feet got caught in cables underneath, and that's why I was like, struggling there for
just because he took out Max in that one race.
Yeah.
I still love Esteban. I was so glad to see him.
Yeah,
get
still not a
podium.
fan, but I am
love
very
Esteban.
happy that a driver got his first ever podium in
Yeah,
F1. I'm not upset by that fact, and he deserves all the respect that he gets for that, for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Still an asshole.
I know. You'll get past it. Don't worry.
No, I wanted to interview Esteban. I'm not going to be allowed to because they're going to watch
gonna
this.
be allowed to.
and they're going to be like,
I support you, Tyler.
Yeah.
We vote 2 against 1.
thanks.
You'll just have to skip that episode. I could just imagine we're interviewing Esteban. And
I
you're
mean,
like,
I
"So,
never
where's
go
that
in
guy?
front of the camera whenever we do interviews. So
That's true.
You did one of them though this year, right?
no,
With
Well,
Chris.
but he wasn't available.
Yeah,
Right.
so you
Yeah,
still did it.
Yeah,
It's usually you guys, though.
Still
fair
did it.
enough. Yeah, we can still put you on camera. We'll just mute your mic.
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one thing that we try and do, and hopefully that comes through in the podcast. I don't know, maybe we're wrong. Maybe people are going to be like, "What? No, that's not how it is. It's completely." But we try and just be as balanced as possible because I think that trying to listen to people that are extremely biased is difficult with whatever it is, sports or anything else. So yeah, we try to do that. I just wanted to quickly show you guys this because I brought this along. I found
This
this
is cool.
not too long ago, and I sent you guys a picture, and we'll post this so everybody can see it there. But this was I think that was it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This was, I think, when me and you, Tyler, we met at my work to discuss kind of ideas in the show, and this is what we had written down.
Oh, these are.
And look at the show name ideas.
Show name idea. So obviously you know us as the BackMarkers F1 Show. I think that's still the best out of all these. These are awful. Inside the cockpit, that sounds sexual.
I love that name, actually. That's great.
Box this lap. I mean, usually that just gets pushed away. Usually,
Yeah,
On the limit, an F1 experience. That one's actually not bad. I like that
not
one.
bad. A little long.
Shifting gears, just a complete rip off of Top Gear. Inside the braking zone. That's
Oh boy.
that's a tough one. What is this? DRS the experience. Oh, the DRS. What is this? one?
What is that one?
DRS enable DRS the experience.
I think that was like one of those. I don't know. I really don't know.
I
Cross
don't
that
know.
one out.
I'm so glad we did the BackMarkers F1 show. That's
Yeah, I think it is definitely the best one out
the
of that.
best one.
That's a piece of history right there.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
I like backmarkers, bros.
BackMarkers bros. Yeah, that was.
That's a little.
Thank God we didn't go with that one.
Could you imagine?
Awful. What were we thinking?
Could you imagine emailing F1 teams?
Backmarker
Hello,
bros.
I'm Chris from the Backmarker Bros. Could we speak to your World Championship driver, please?
No.
It's pretty awkward. Like, I found it awkward emailing Williams and then signing the email as, thanks, Chris, the Backmarkers F1 Show. Like, this is not an insult to your team, by the way.
We are just a backmarker podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that eventually we'll have to change our name?
No,
I don't
so.
think so.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think if we end up somehow getting famous, it just will be ironic.
Yeah, I think then the acronym will catch on. Then it'll be a little bit shorter. But yeah,
TBF1. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit out of the ones that we had. There was probably the best idea. But yeah, anyways, interesting little piece of history.
Yeah.
Maybe let's we'll slowly get into some of these questions. We got about 6 questions. Oh, that just fell down there. We got about 6 questions that you guys submitted through Twitter and through an online question form. So we'll start with the first one that was actually through Twitter at Fantastic98 on Twitter asks, if you could add a circuit that's never been on the F1 calendar to the season, which would it be?
Oh.
Tyler, I'll start with you.
Never.
Oh, why did this
Never
start
been.
with me? Never
Oh.
been, so not including this pandemic year.
That's right. I can go if it makes it easy.
Yeah, you go.
So I would add Laguna Seca in
Fuck.
California.
That was gonna be mine.
That is the most overrated track.
Okay, I'll pick another one then.
I hate Laguna Seca.
I will pick the Toronto Indy Street
Oh,
Circuit.
God.
That's an even worse one.
That is the worst one.
I would probably go, but yeah, so never been on the calendar, right? Because I was gonna say Watkins Glen, but I think that was on the
That
calendar.
has been on the calendar.
How about?
I don't know if it has, actually.
I think it has. Yeah, I think it was
Maybe
in the
once?
70s. Yeah,
Oh.
I'd go with Barber Motorsports Park.
Oh, that's a good one.
Go with that one. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go to America too. There's a lot of good tracks in America though. I think it's Road Atlanta. Road Atlanta is
Road
a
Atlanta was a good one.
beautiful track where the Petit Le
Yeah.
Mans is. Beautiful track. It's such a cool track to drive on the Sims. I think that's the one I would pick. Daytona? Is this knowable? It's a hard question. I had to think of one on the spot. It's like
I blank out whenever I get to ask questions like these of what tracks I actually know.
I only know I'm not too big. I don't know the European ones that well.
No,
Like
yeah,
non F1 European tracks. Could go Sebring.
Sebring would be interesting, actually. I don't know how that would work with all that, like how bumpy it is.
Pretty bumpy.
Yeah, especially the last couple corners there. Have they ever raced on Le Mans?
I don't think so. No, there's another one.
I mean, that'd just be DRS nonstop, but it'd be interesting.
I'd go with the Top Gear racetrack.
I think Richard Hammond's driven an F1 car. That doesn't count. Around there.
No, it counts.
Could you Hamilton down the Isn't Straight?
That's Grand Tour.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's
Grand
right.
Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'd probably end up going with Laguna Seca, to be honest.
Laguna Seca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd just
I'm
be
not
interesting.
a fan of Laguna. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a fan of Laguna
I
Seca.
don't know,
I
man.
just like the downhill.
yeah,
the-
that's
See, I
literally
hate
it.
the
The
corkscrew.
downhill,
Yeah.
the downhill S. That's what gets
I
me.
hate the corkscrew.
It'd just be interesting.
It would be interesting.
We're probably let us know in the comments. Maybe the more European viewers can drop some of those ones. But
Oh, and for those of you that think we're American, we're not. We're Canadian.
we got a lot of those comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I can only think of. I don't know. Road Atlanta's a really nice track. I like that one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There like some of the IndyCar road courses. Like we can add Mid Ohio in there maybe
Mid
too.
Ohio's great.
Yeah. There's another one in California.
St.
I keep forgetting
Petersburg's
right
nice
now.
too.
Yeah, Long Beach. Although shit, they raced at Long Beach.
That's right. It's true.
Yeah.
They're racing in the parking lot in Texas too.
Yeah. No, that was Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
The casino,
That's
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they raced at the parking lot. Yeah,
But they
That
had
was awful.
it was Dallas, right? That they raced. That was the only Texas race.
They raced it. I know they raced in Texas somewhere
Yeah.
on the streets. Like, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was either Dallas or Houston, one of those big Texas
Yeah.
cities. But yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, no, great question there.
Yeah.
Fantastic 98.
Thank you for
Fantastic
that.
spelled with PH.
Hmm.
That's right.
Maybe his name is Fan, PHAN.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just saying it could be a possibility.
All right, next question. This comes from Jerry via our online question form. He asks, who are some of your favorite athletes outside of Formula One?
That's a good one.
That's another good question. Shaker, let's start with you this time.
Oh shit! Sorry, man.
I think this is a bit easier for you.
I don't know. I have a lot of favorite athletes.
List a bunch if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, favorite like soccer player, probably Robin van Persie. Wayne Rooney. I mean, I'm a big fan. I mean, you can go suck it. Jose Mourinho. I'm actually, huge fan of as a coach.
Jose.
Not an athlete. Not as an athlete, but
It's
great coach.
Jose. He's Portuguese, not Brazilian. Jose.
I can call him whatever the fuck I want. He was at my club first.
My club.
Yeah, I mean, I can list off a bunch of soccer players. I'm actually a huge fan of Roger Federer. I know I know Chris is as well.
Yeah, I like Roger.
I grew up watching tennis because of my dad. So I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'm a huge LeBron James fan. Gonna get all the hate right now, so I'm putting it out already. I'm kidding, guys.
I don't know if anybody yeah.
I don't know. Again, see, when I
Good
get asked
list.
these questions, I blank
That's
out.
pretty good, yeah.
You got a decent amount.
No, that is a good list.
I mean, there's the classics that so I'm just trying not to pick those ones, So I'm just trying to avoid that.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll start off with those.
Wanna go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'll go. Okay. Outside F1, I mean, I started watching motorsport. I watched NASCAR a lot when I was a kid as well. So Jeff Gordon was my favorite NASCAR driver forever. Now he's in the commentary booth, and I was just a massive fan of him. Other than motorsports, I watch a lot of footy as well. Harry Kane is one of my favorite athletes, along with Son
what I'm forgetting
Heung-min.
about? Paul Scholes.
Oh, Paul, that's
there we go.
fair.
Definition of play smarter, not harder.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, for me, Harry Kane, Son Heung-min. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan, so that those players kind of go to my heart.
Yeah.
Did you see the meme today of Higgsing? Oh my God, I can't speak right now.
Son.
Yeah, but then they had like his mom and his dad.
I did see that. I did see that.
That was a good.
That was a good meme. I watch a lot of hockey as well. I know it's not really big in Europe. I shouldn't say it's not big. There's a lot of European leagues.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I've got a few
I'm
few players I like watching in the NHL. Who'd be my favorite NHL player right now?
I mean, personally, my favorite NHL player will always be Daniel Alfredson, but that's because I
Yeah.
grew up in Ottawa,
Yeah.
and that's
Sweet,
what kind
yeah.
of got me into hockey.
I'd go Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're an Ovi
yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always liked him.
always a good choice. One person, soccer player, I forgot to mention, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, I like Zlatan. Yeah,
Big
I mean,
fan of
how
him.
could you forget the Lord?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big fan.
Peyton Manning was my favorite football player, the quarterback. I'm a Colts fan, so that helped out there as well. Trying to think what other. Jeez,
Could be a very long list, though.
I'm
They're
a
like,
big Fred Van Vliet fan.
I'm trying to
I
pick.
always forget that
Yeah.
too.
I'm trying to pick one hockey player
Yeah.
because, cause I don't know. I'm trying to. My Jose Reyes, Jose Reyes. He's a soccer player for Sevilla,
Yeah.
he used to be. Died tragically in a car accident a couple of years ago. But I ended up meeting his father-in-law, me and my buddy, on a train. We were going to go see the team he was playing for, Cordoba in Spain. And he heard us talking about how we're going to go see the game, and he texted Jose Reyes, got us free tickets to the game.
Oh man, that's
And
pretty
we sat
sweet.
with the family to watch the game and watch the game with his family. Then he ended up scoring a pen and pointed up to his family, and we were there too. So it was really, really cool experience. So I always will remember him just for the kindness of his heart, just to these random Canadians
Yeah.
going on it was a massive game too, and he just gave us free tickets.
You know,
That's
the
awesome.
what story like that I have is with Alphonso Davies, where
Oh,
me and
yeah.
you broadcasted his first debut game at the Ottawa Fury.
Yeah.
Before he
Yeah.
went over to Bern, his first game ever, for semi-pro soccer, was it his debut for the Ottawa when he played against the Ottawa Fury?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Vancouver, right?
Now he's a
Vancouver, yeah.
Champions League winner.
He's in the FIFA Best 11.
Yeah,
First
that
North
too.
American
Just
to
got
do
that
that.
yesterday. So yeah,
I guess, obviously he's one of my favorite players. He's Canadian.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that
there's
was
that one
funny when
too.
we
Oh,
remembered that.
Another one, Julian de Guzman.
I love
yeah.
Julian.
Done a lot for Canadian soccer. Me, Chris, and Tyler have met him and interviewed him multiple times.
I know Julian very well. He's a good guy.
what is he? He's the coach somewhere now, right?
He's
Or
with
is-
Barry.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's another athlete that I really look up to, and his brother played in the FIFA World Cup in 2014 for the Netherlands.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, forgot
Jonathan
about
de
that.
Guzman.
Jonathan
Yeah.
de Guzman.
So, yeah, I mean,
Chris? I know you, obviously, Roger Federer is your
Yeah,
big guy.
yeah, that's probably my number one. Never met him in person. He's the only one of the big four I haven't gotten an autograph or got a photo with. I got one from Nadal, Djokovic, Murray. Federer was always the elusive one, but I got to see him up close in 2017 after he won Australian and Wimbledon,
Nice.
so that was really cool. Considering that was probably the last time I'll see him in person, so that was sort of a nice thing to do. And then the other ones you guys mentioned, obviously Ibrahimovic is a big one for me.
You love Ibra.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that one was another one, and then I don't know who else I maybe throw in there that's not F1. Ronaldinho is a big one for me. Grew up in the era of Ronaldinho at Barcelona.
God. Kobe Bryant. Jeez.
Yeah,
There's
that's-
so many of them, man.
yeah. There's so many that you could list. An odd one for me, I guess, maybe not a lot of people know him, is Jose Calderon, former Toronto
yeah.
Raptor.
Yeah.
He was my favorite player, and I love the way he plays. It kind of inspired me when I started playing basketball to be a point guard. So that's one. And then, I don't know who else really. Maybe I'll throw Khabib Nurmagomedov in there.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Gigi Buffon. Big fan of Gigi Buffon because I played a goalie growing up, and watching him in the 2004 World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of soccer players, a lot of basketball players that I grew up watching because those are the two sports I played a lot. So,
Yeah. That's a long list for sure. Yeah. I don't know if there's one that could be your favorite of all
Yeah.
time, but yeah. Yeah, no, that was a great question.
Very good question. It made us think, that's for sure.
think so hard this place started smoking.
Yeah. This place is on fire.
All right, this is the next one. We don't know the name. This is what came through anonymously on the question form. Your guys' favorite memory from doing the YouTube channel so far?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think for me, it has to be going to that Racing Point event.
Yeah, that's the obvious
That's
answer.
the easy one.
I know.
Yeah.
I figured for you guys, it would have been with the Nicholas Latifi interview, but I think that like the Racing Point one was the big one for me. Just like the giant road trip we did,
Yeah.
and
Tell you what,
Yeah.
though,
all
that-
of it.
That
Yeah.
was awesome.
The Latifi one was stressful though as well, just because you wanted to make sure everything went well.
Yeah.
Like technically and all that type of stuff. So I didn't say I didn't enjoy it, but it just went by so quickly.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It was
eh?
still very cool, obviously, and hopefully next year we'll be able to talk to him again. But
I really like the shoot that you and I got to do in Montreal with
Yeah,
the
true.
with
That was a lot
with
of
the
fun.
Montreal Grand Prix. That was really fun. Have a story for that now with the security people trying to kick us out at the end of the night. So that there's the most of the like the stuff that we've traveled and done the shoot for have been always really fun.
Yeah.
Even like the car show the first year we started off the podcast. So we never ended up posting of any videos. We just went to go see. That was fun too. There's a few of them.
I tell you what, that Racing Point 2 days
was
was
sweet.
awesome.
That was great. That was
That was one of the best experiences. Like we may never get that again. Like that was so
yeah,
cool.
I've been thinking about that during this whole time. Right, is like it was only 2 days, but like just the drive there, the snowstorm. If you guys want to see behind the scenes, it's in our playlist of the Racing Point launch, our little vlog that Tyler
and it was
did.
our like
Just go see it and
second start of our second year of podcasting.
Just go watch
too.
the whole series. It's really cool. You get to see F1 car up and close and see what an F1 launch is like.
Yeah, and then we got to go to the Raptors game that night.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
remember
great
that?
one. That was
Jeremy Lin's debut.
Jeremy Lin's debut. Yeah,
Fucking Kawhi was resting that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awful. Loser. I think I'm going to maybe change it from my fondest memory or my favorite memory because we listed those, but maybe the most fun I had on the podcast was actually interviewing Tim Harady.
yeah, that was really
That
fun.
That was a good one too.
That was really
That was
fun.
an amazing time. We spent an hour and a bit with him. If you haven't watched that one, that's just a lot of fun. If you're just looking to have a relaxed podcast, listen, have some laughs, definitely go listen to that one because it's very chill. We just kind of talk F1, talk IndyCar, laugh, and it was an awesome time.
Yeah, he was great.
Tell you an underrated one that maybe I'm gonna say my most favorite moment, but actually one that brings a lot of joy and happiness to me is the not Bahrain Grand Prix we did earlier
Yeah,
this year.
that was fun.
For whatever reason, that one just came together so well, and the commentary was great, and it was a lot of fun. And we're actually working on one right now that we'll bring out during the off season. So if you guys are missing some racing, we're going to bring some more to you virtually on this channel through F1 2020. But I watched that not too long ago, and kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do another one, I was just like, that just really turned out well.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
Like, I didn't even care if it got no views or no nothing. It was a lot of work, but it was just fun because we always, I think, getting into the broadcasting business is something that we wanted to do, and we're just like, why don't we just create it ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
I like that.
reaching 1,000 subscribers was kind of a big moment
That
for
too,
all of
yeah,
us.
it was. It was huge because that was like always the plateau at the beginning. So yeah, there's certainly a lot of moments. That's for sure, and hopefully that won't be our best. Hopefully the best is yet to come, as they say.
Tyler's prediction from last year that he called from the beginning of the year, that was a pretty big highlight for you. What was it again?
I don't remember.
So much.
He was really happy about it in that moment.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, how about I'll throw that one out there. I guess because you mentioned already, but the interview with David Croft.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That
That's
was
a great one,
great.
too.
I don't know why I
Yeah.
didn't mention that. I guess I just
I was
kind
kind
of
of included into
Yeah.
that Racing Point weekend.
to me,
but yeah.
one of my because I've always wanted to be and still always want to be a play-by-play guy, and I've done work with hockey and soccer and all that, but never F1. And to meet one of my idols, David Croft, and to interview him. And to see how nice he was, to take the time, he was just full on like, absolutely, I'll do this interview with
Yeah.
Yeah.
you. And
And that was like right before he had to go. He wanted to go over to the Lego booth to check out the car build for
That's
his
right.
son because he wanted to FaceTime his son
That's
with
right.
the car build. He's
That's
like, "Yeah, we got to do this quick though because I have to FaceTime my son or
Yeah.
something like that."
but like so cool to do that, and that was an amazing experience to interview him. So cool. I can't. I would never have thought if you had told me I would interview David Croft. I'd be like, no way.
No, he didn't even plan it. It just happened, and that was the best. Sometimes it happens the best that way.
Yeah, because we didn't end up getting driver interviews because we got that.
Well, yeah, because the
But it
thing
ended up
was,
working out better.
I think it did. Obviously, it would have been great to get the driver, which we might have been able to, maybe not. But as soon as we got to go up close to the F1 car, it was just like, holy shit! F1 car, it's right there. You can reach out and touch it.
Yeah.
So, and then Crofty just came back in, and we're like,
We were just shooting the shit, for a little bit, and just asked him to do the interview.
Yeah, it was pretty great. We were exhausted that morning too. That was
Oh,
early
yeah.
Well,
morning.
you did a lot of
Storm,
driving, yeah.
I mean, I was out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what, and I think we said at the time too. Your driving was amazing. That we got there in like 4 hours, I think, or whatever. And this one of the worst snowstorms of the entire year.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's not a fun drive.
No, but it was like.
But now that
free.
anytime I come across a driving challenge, and I'm like, no, I'll be fine. I've done this.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah, and that was smooth. Like getting into Toronto was actually fairly smooth. And the other thing I actually enjoyed was, I think it was the day after when we got to go to the auto show. Just
Yeah,
as
that was fun.
Members
that
of
was
the media.
just, yeah, like
that
we
was
didn't.
fun.
Yeah, we weren't too sure if we wanted to go because we were kind of tired. And we're like, oh, whatever. We have tickets. Like, we'll just go
Yeah, we
in the
got
morning whenever.
Free tickets with our media
Yeah,
membership.
with a
whatever.
media
Yeah.
membership. And I think we were like, because I think there was a time for media members to go
Yeah.
as well. And I think we ended up going a little bit later and kind of just like avoiding that part and just going through by ourselves, kind of.
Yeah, like there was a full tour going on. We kind of like just went away from the tour a little bit, which they allowed you to do. They let you do whatever you wanted for the most part. But no, that was awesome. We got to see some car unveilings. Some like so there was. Remember that? I don't know if we have video of it, but there was a car and they unveiled it and it was on tracks. Like it was on like snowmobile tracks.
Oh yeah. I think I remember. Yeah.
When there was another car unveiling that was just right beside it that we ended up. It was like a massive car. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Well, because I was just asking Shaker recently.
I have
I'm like,
some footage from there.
yeah, because it just like popped into my head. I'm like, I think we shot a bunch of like B-roll footage at the auto show.
I definitely did. I fucking love those cars. I sat in so many of them.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah,
we got to see some great cars. So yeah, that's another one that was cool. But certainly a lot of really fun moments. So yeah, that's another good question there. All right, a couple more we'll go through here. Another one from somebody who's anonymous. This is an interesting one. I think we were talking about this earlier in the podcast. Asking a little more serious question here. Realistically, is there a way to pressure the FIA and F1 to take meaningful actions against Mazepin? It's Nikita Mazepin. This feels doubly important now that they've added W Series participation on select F1 weekends. So what do you guys think about that?
That's a good point about the W Series participation on F1 weekends. I mean, I think obviously it's an awful act that he did, and I think just recently he took down the apology off his Twitter and everything like that, which is like ridiculous.
I think he deleted all of his tweets as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, it's just a disgusting act that he did, and I don't know. I don't know if you can keep him on the grid. I'm not gonna lie.
I personally don't think.
I don't
to
think.
see why FIA needs to be involved. It should be more of a team thing. Really.
Yeah.
Well,
that's true.
if you think of it from a Haas point of view too, PR that it's a nightmare for next year.
It is going to be.
And you have
Really
Mick
a
Schumacher
nightmare.
there, who should be your
yeah.
center of attention,
I think that's why they should get rid of him.
and that's going to take away from that point. Obviously, he should be taken off the grid just because of what he did.
Yeah, not based on anything else. Just a fucking
Yeah, but no, I don't think he should be on the grid. Is there a way to pressure the FIA F1? I think it's just through online. I think the only way you can do it is to pressure them from the online point of view and have sponsors.
Yeah, and I think
sponsors have to have a control on that.
I think Matty WTF1 is definitely taking the charge for that right now. So
yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little aggressive. Yeah.
yeah, so
I mean, good for him though.
I know.
I'm
I
all for
totally
it.
support that.
Someone needs to stand up and
somebody
do
needs
it,
to stand up and do it. And if he wants to be, he wants to be not the scapegoat, but I'm forgetting the right term. But
Yeah, no, the leader of the
pack. Like, I mean, I'm all for it, man.
I think he tweeted how he knows people or he had personal.
I think it's actually his girlfriend. There, yeah.
Oh, so yeah. I mean,
okay, that makes sense then.
I mean,
Yeah.
I for the amount of people it would affect. I mean, I could totally understand from that point of view. So. No, I mean, I'm glad that he's leading the charge because I think there should be a thing. I think his thing is #say no to Mazepin.
Yeah,
I think that's
Something
what it is
like
online.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go check out Matty WTF1's Twitter.
Yeah,
and
he's so
everything's
good.
there.
Yeah, I mean, WTF1's got some great content, as you guys all know. So
Yeah, they're very popular. They got us covered. Yeah, I don't know. The only way you can really pressure the F1 and FIA is to have sponsors pull out.
Yeah.
Money's talks.
Yeah,
money
that's the
talks.
only way. Yeah, it's not going to happen any other way.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think
Unless
this is something that FIA needs to get involved in. Like I said, I
Yeah.
think this is a Haas and a Mazepin kind of issue.
Yeah, because the FIA can't do anything.
No,
really.
it's between the teams, and sure, like no, I don't think they should step in and do anything, but they should probably take a stand. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, and somebody brought up an interesting comparison. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was the Formula E driver who cheated during one of the virtual races earlier in March, where he put in like a substitute driver, like a pro driver that was pretending to be him. I think they did well at the race. And then the Formula E team in real life actually dropped him, which I think was ridiculous, in my opinion. So somebody was saying, well, if they dropped him for that, and then they don't drop this guy for this,
That's a fair point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point. I mean, obviously,
that is a very fair point. I wasn't aware of that.
yeah, it's a very different comparison. So I'm just trying to think maybe like who Haas's sort of biggest sponsors
But I
are,
think
but
that is
Haas.
different, though.
Yeah.
That both those situations are different because what
it
he
is, yeah.
did would directly impacted the race itself and was related to racing. Where what he did was just a fucking
in personal
being a
life.
piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing is like, like the act itself first, which again, like I said, I haven't seen the video, so I'm not going to fully comment on it because I just haven't seen the video. So I always like to have the full picture of everything before I can make a comment on it. But I think it's pretty conclusive now, and you can't find the video anywhere because
Yeah,
you
I
deleted
mean,
it.
all the evidence just doesn't add up at
But
all.
the
so.
other thing too is like you posted it.
Yeah.
Like you should just be dropped for being that much of an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that it's just do it like hiding it. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just it kind of just shows. That's the thing too is like you just signed for an F1 team, man. Like you got to realize that there's a very big level of professionalism jumping from F2 to F1. Even in F2, you got to be extremely professional.
If you did that in F2, I'd drop him from my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like,
especially like
Just
now
in general, to
you're
be
putting.
honest.
Let's be honest, you're putting Mick Schumacher in an awful position because
sure.
now that everybody's asking Mick Schumacher about it, and Mick Schumacher should have no responsibility to answer the question. But then people are going to start coming after Mick Schumacher because he doesn't want to comment on it.
Yeah.
And then it's going to look and then like especially Mick Schumacher. I mean, I don't know the guy, but he looks like a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He looks like such a great guy.
he does.
Everybody's excited to have him, and then you got this dark cloud that hangs over the team. Gunter Steiner is like fucking smashing everything. I'm
bring Kevin
assuming.
back.
Yeah, bring Kevin back seriously. And that's the other part too, right? You've dropped Grosjean and Magnussen, who are two great guys, two great drivers.
Two leaders too. I mean, obviously Roman. It might be a perfect time to have another season for Roman. And have his F1 career end up like that, ending that way. If he would want to come back, obviously. But I mean, you go from someone who is the leader of the drivers, what do they call it? Drivers Union
Association.
To that. Like, I don't know. It's just it's a mess right now, and I hope it gets figured out soon in the way that they find a new driver to race for Haas next year.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But that's a Haas decision, I think. More unless F1 comes in and pressures them, but. A good question though, that's for sure. And like you said, Tyler, we'll see what happens in the new year.
They don't have a choice. This is like the same thing as like Red Bull didn't have a choice other than to put Perez in the car. Haas doesn't have a choice other than to take Mazepin out of the car.
Yeah,
I think it has to be that way.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Anyways, we'll see what they do.
All right, we'll do the second last question, and then we'll slowly wrap it up here. This is from Dave on our question form was submitted, and he asked, which race would you want to attend the most in person?
Oh. I think for me it would
The Dutch Grand Prix.
Oh yeah?
That's a good
Absolutely.
one. Yeah.
For the first ever Dutch Grand Prix in history next year, I would absolutely want to be there.
Okay. Yeah, that's
a great one.
That's a great one. Mine, I think just because of my Italian heritage, I would love to go see the race at Monza.
A close second would
Grand
be
Prix.
Spa for me.
Spa?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think just under my Italian heritage, I think it'd be Monza. And then Monaco would be too, just because it's Monaco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think Monza for me, because I want to go to Italy anyways. So
Yeah. That's a great one. Monza would probably be there for me.
You've been to Monaco, so you
yeah,
can't-
that one's crossed off my bucket list. I'm glad I did that before all this stuff happened. So, but I would definitely want to go again just because that whole thing was just such a blur.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a bucket list for everyone. Damn, that's a really. You know what? Austria, Spielberg.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good race.
That's a good race.
That's probably one that I'd want to go to just because it's such a beautiful area. Great atmosphere too. You
Yep.
know, if you want, that's a second Dutch Grand Prix, I think maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another one too. Dutch Grand Prix. Would love to go to Spa.
Australia.
Far, but yes.
Far, but the atmosphere
it?
is amazing. I love Australia. I just love everything about it.
I just don't like all the crazy shit they got over there.
The spiders.
Yeah, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
to be honest, I'm like, I don't know if I'd go to Australia.
Yeah. Because, like, here how you see, like, a squirrel and that's just normal to us? There they see, like, a crocodile and that's just like, oh, yeah, mate, that's run around the front yard there, yeah, mate.
I think the Brazilian Grand Prix would be cool.
Oh yeah.
That would be another good one.
Yeah.
But I'd want to go with a Brazilian driver in F1. I don't
Okay.
think I'd want to go to the Brazilian Grand Prix without an F1 Brazilian driver being there.
I also wouldn't go if I didn't have a Brazilian woman with me as well.
Yeah, that's a
too.
fair point. That's a very fair
That's
point.
what I'd go. But that's a good one, too. And Interlagos is signed up, I think, for another
5 years?
5 years? Yeah.
Nice.
Thank God.
Nice.
Yeah, thank
Oh,
God.
thank God.
That was a horrible idea that they had.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's an example, I guess, of pressure resulting in good reversals of decisions. So, yeah, I think all of them eventually.
What happened? What did I miss?
They wanted to race in Sao Paulo on the streets, or they
No, I
wanted
think
to
it was
build
Rio in the streets.
Oh, Rio in the streets.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. I
That's
do
right.
remember that.
Anyways,
Yes. Okay.
Thank God they didn't do that. Interlagos is such a good track.
Yeah. Well, and they were going to, I think, just bulldoze an entire, what was it, a forest area or
I think
something?
it's part of the rainforest.
Yeah, which just didn't make any sense when you have one of the best F1 tracks already purpose built.
Well, and how kind of need the rainforest.
Yeah.
The future
Well, yeah.
of the world. That's kind of helps as well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? You got all these great tracks that we've seen this year, Mugello and Imola and all that, and it's like, well, no, let's just build a brand new one.
It's like, no, don't take the forest down for a new track, please.
Yeah.
Please.
We're good.
It's okay.
It's the reason we don't have V10s anymore.
Yeah. Seriously.
Bring back the fucking V10s. And our final question, this one comes from an anonymous viewer. What's the thing that you're most excited for in the 2021 F1 season?
Ooh.
Mazaban to be kicked.
It might happen this season.
Yeah, does that count as 2021?
I don't know. We're almost there. What, 2 weeks away?
Yeah, that's true.
Less, I think.
That'd be a good over/under bet. Does he get canned by the new year? I hope so.
I say no.
No, you don't think he gets canned by the new year?
I don't think he gets canned at all.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wow.
Because he would have already, in my opinion.
Hmm.
If it was a bigger team, it might have been more quick, but
I don't think.
Anyways,
I don't think they have a choice. Hey, yeah, we won't get back to that. We already say that he shouldn't be in the car. I think you guys can understand that.
yeah.
He should not be in that Haas car. Anyways, I'm most excited for the 2021 season. I think it's going to be how all the new drivers do in their respective new teams. Like, there's a lot of change next year in the whole kind of driver market where different drivers are. So it'll be really interesting to see how the dynamics go and how they all adapt to their new race seats. I think that's going to be really interesting to see at the start of the season.
I would completely agree. That was sort of my overarching thing is the shakeup of the grid like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Vettel at Aston Martin, Daniel Ricciardo at McLaren. And like that's the thing that I like is that like McLaren, Aston Martin, hopefully it's only kind of a design and a brand change, so it's not much of a difference. Renault, like all three of those teams have had good, solid seasons.
Yeah, especially the ends to the season.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ends to the season, multiple podiums for each team. So I'm really looking forward to how close that battle is going to be. If Ferrari's not going to, climb up a little bit more with the developments of their engine.
Never know.
We never know, right?
Never know.
They might come back, and maybe they're going to be that fourth team in that fight.
Yeah.
But out of that, maybe just to go a little bit different from you, I'm really looking forward to Fernando Alonso in 2021 because if he's going to be in that Renault and it's going to be as good as it was this year and probably even better under the hands of Alonso, if we just look at his Abu Dhabi postseason test, he matched Esteban Ocon's qualifying time. I actually believe he was better than Daniel Ricciardo's time and maybe matching or even quicker than Ocon's time, but he was there. Certainly different circumstances, but still, I think that's impressive nonetheless. So I think that's sort of one of the quiet things going into 2021 that if we got Alonso mixing it up with Vettel and Ricciardo and throw in the young guys like Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz at the Ferrari now, which we almost forgot. I'm really looking forward to that. I think Alonso, I haven't really seen him like this in many, many years. He's really ready to go. And
he looks fired up.
Yeah, and I was reading he's pushing Renault like January 1st, like clock strikes January 1st, 2021. He wants them working on the 2022 car. He's texting
Is that
people
like when you can start? Is that
Yeah,
2022?
yeah, and he wants them right away. There's no messing around this year for Fernando.
My real answer is I'm actually really looking forward to this Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo partnership.
That's gonna be
I
awesome.
am very excited for
So
this.
much content.
Good point.
If McLaren don't put out the stupidest amount of content next year, they're really missing out. Like there should be just content
that
every day.
and like Lando's doing his own like media streaming thing. Like he's got that team going, so there's gonna be great content coming out from Lando, and I'm hoping Daniel will get involved in some way.
It's going to be a PR nightmare. Can you imagine Lando and Daniel on a stream together?
Oh my
Oh my
god, it'd be
God.
so good though.
Don't say that. Oh yeah, I'd love it, but I mean, we're just talking about PR disasters.
Can we talk
right?
about this?
You see what happens at the press conference, right? Imagine what would happen on a stream. So I love it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go bankrupt next year with buying team memorabilia.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want.
I saved it like this. I was thinking like, maybe something's on sale. Maybe grab like a Science McLaren hat, but I'm like, no, like I want something Vettel from Aston Martin.
Yeah, I want that too.
I want something Ricardo from McLaren.
want some Lando stuff.
Alonso stuff. Like it's gonna be an expensive year.
Some Mick Schumacher
Mick,
first year
oh my
stuff.
God, I almost forgot about Mick Schumacher.
There's some
Yeah.
great stuff there.
Yeah.
We don't even know who's the second driver's going to be for Mercedes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know, man. And Sergio Perez now at Red Bull. How could we forget?
That's right. Yeah, that's going to be a fun season.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great season. I mean, this season was a lot of fun just for the amount of different drivers we saw on the podium. I think it's going to be the exact kind of same scenario next year, which is nice. We've seen this development the last few years of exciting, good racing. Even if Mercedes win, there's just really good racing in the middle. And it makes for a lot of exciting stuff. So I don't know. Hopefully it's the same next year.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. And it's about 90 so odd days away.
And remember, Das
Is gone.
is gone. Das is no go.
Yeah, a lot of changes too.
Oh,
technically.
really?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
banned it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, a decent chunk of the floor is also now banned
That's
as well.
right.
So yeah,
can't
I
work
mean,
in certain parts of the floor.
I still think Mercedes will be very strong, but now with Red Bull and this team that they got now, hopefully it'll get a little bit closer.
Mhm.
But we'll see.
I mean, Toto Wolff just extended his contract for 3 years. And
That's
it's a good
true.
sign that Lewis Hamilton's probably going to extend his contract.
Yeah, he will. 100%.
I think so. Yeah.
But here's my question to you guys. If Lewis Hamilton does not sign for Mercedes, big if,
That's like it's big. Yeah.
big if, because 100% he's going to resign
Okay,
for
so we'll
Mercedes.
play hypothetical.
Hypothetical, because this is my question to you guys. What happens with the rest of the grid? Are we expecting a drop of Valtteri with Russell going up and Esteban Ocon also going into Mercedes?
Oh, jeez.
Because Esteban Ocon, don't forget, is a Mercedes signed driver.
Is he still there?
Yes,
Technically?
he is. His manager is
yeah.
Toto Wolff.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's a good point.
that's right. I forgot about that. I think George would automatically get the seat.
I think so. That is 100% going to happen. But do you think Valtteri gets dropped at the same time?
I don't think so.
I think he does.
You think he does? I don't think.
I
so.
think they then try to poach Max.
probably.
That's the only combination that
Probably.
works.
Yeah.
Because Valtteri, listen, was only put in place to support Lewis Hamilton as a driver. And if they don't have a driver that needs supporting, why does Valtteri need to be there? They're going to
True.
grow George Russell. He's
Yeah.
not going to be a world championship contender in his first year, in my opinion. I mean, he's a great driver, but I don't think he's just quite there yet in that car.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I just don't see Valtteri's a great driver. Don't get me wrong, but I think he would do much better in going to Renault or in going to those other teams than staying at Mercedes. Unfortunately,
Back to Williams.
That'd be tough.
there's so many.
That's
options.
interesting.
Great
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
That's a good
Like, cause I was thinking about this the last few weeks or so, and I'm like, yeah, like there is an easy answer here, but there is also a really complicated answer if we could really get into it.
Oh, absolutely. But here's
Jack Aiken for Williams.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't be upset with that.
No, he should have the seat.
And another factor that we have to include that not a lot of people are talking about, and I'm not hearing too much about it, is Red Bull still don't have an engine solution for 2022.
And Max is gonna win a world championship before
There's
he
no-
turns 25.
Well, and there's no way they go with Renault.
No,
No.
Zero chance. So you're
Done.
down to Ferrari or Mercedes.
And neither of those are going to happen.
no, they're not giving up their engine to Red Bull.
They're trying to get the Honda IP and to build their own. But okay, fine, you go with that. That's a lot of work. Red Bull's never done it before.
No, but I mean, why not?
True, but
Or
still,
did they poach Porsche? Bring someone in.
Porsche doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't think they want to do it.
Porsche. I'm just saying, like
Porsche's
a manufacturer like that,
Yeah.
Audi or Lamborghini. Not Lamborghini. They would never
It's
do
Cosworth.
I think the
Cosworth.
big issue is that Porsche and VW, because Porsche is part of that VW hassle that happened a few years ago,
Yeah.
they don't want to mess around anymore.
Yeah, well, much like Honda too,
Yeah.
right? That's I guess
Yeah.
one of the reasons they said if you take it at face value. So that's another interesting point. So let's say they don't win the championship next year. It's much of the same. If this year, does Max say, "Okay, I'm tired of this. It's been 3-4 years like
yeah,
this."
You got.
I think he has 1 year, 2022. See how the car is.
Yeah. So
Because he could, if Red Bull is amazing in 2022, and he moves, then
Right.
he just looks dumb. Right?
yeah,
Like,
it could be a Fernando Alonso all over again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in, but a great talking point and a great thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind for sure.
yeah.
A lot of changes coming. I like it though. I like it a lot. All right, so that'll do it for all the questions, and I think we can wrap up the episode number 100. Maybe I'll just put the floor to you guys if you guys want to add any other comments or anything about our channel or the future or anything else that we talked about. You guys get the last word.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, boys. It's been a good
Yeah.
time. We're just hoping to hundreds more
Yeah.
down the line. And I want to just thank all our supporters, the subscribers, and everyone who watches these videos. You make this happen. We do this for fun, and we hope you guys enjoy it as well and have some laughs with us. The support recently has been awesome.
Yeah.
And let's keep pushing and see how far we can get and grow this channel. I mean, we're going to do it for fun anyways, but
That's right.
let's have some fun together while doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess happy holidays and a happy
Oh,
New
yeah,
Year.
happy holidays.
All
Yeah.
that fun stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming to the end of the year of 2020, so I keep looking at my watch because I had it on all day. You're gonna see multiple shots in this video of me looking at my watch. It's not actually there.
That's all right. It's one of those new invisible smartwatches.
Yeah.
It's
Heard Elon Musk has his hand
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I guess we didn't. They're non-alcoholic beverages, but
I have water.
if there was ever a year to start drinking, it's 2020. So a cheers to everybody. A cheers
This
to
is
us.
the year
To my
I've
water.
drank the least. I'm not kidding.
You see, that's the problem right there, Shaker.
Oh, me too. It's true.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we get an early start for 2021. But yeah, I think that will do it then for episode number 100. This one was a lot of fun. A nice little trip
Yeah.
down memory lane. Nice little look forward as well to the next season. If you guys are still with us at this point, maybe we'll just give a quick update as to sort of our plan. Our plans for the rest of the year. Like you said, Shaker, I think there's only two weeks or so left to the end of this year. But so obviously we got this podcast. We got the video we just did on Sergio Perez joining Red Bull that you can check out. And then we also got just a couple more that we'll do sort of wrapping up the end of the season. We're starting to do more of these sort of one video a week type things like the Alonso video and the George Russell video where we have the articles, the written ones up on our website that you can check out, and then we just make those into videos. So we'll probably try and keep that to one a week during this whole off season. As we mentioned a couple minutes ago, we're doing the Not Grand Prix as well, probably sometime in mid-January. We'll get that recorded ahead of time and then just release it for you guys so you have something to watch. And yeah, February right away, F1 is really kind of starting up again with the car launches and testing's on its way.
We'll be here to cover all of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. I think we also talked about maybe doing some more live streams next year of maybe some practice sessions or during testing. I
Yeah.
think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Easier to do as well. No editing involved. We just get that up right away. And maybe we'll invest in some things in there if we need some infrastructure.
I might get a wheel and do some F1 streams.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
something I
sweet.
might look into getting into because I'm going to start streaming in the next couple weeks or so. Video
Awesome.
games
Love it.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
So
We'll promote your stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people really love the gaming and the
Twitch
Twitch
stuff,
stuff nowadays.
yeah,
So, it's huge.
I figured I'm off over the holidays and I do it enough, so might as well.
Might as well stream it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Good. All right. Well, thank you very, very much for watching this episode. And like Tyler mentioned, I echo the same thoughts. Thank you for all the support, all the positive comments and feedback. As always, you can contact us directly, the BackMarkers F1 Show at gmail.com. If you got any questions, concerns, complaints, suggestions, anything, just send us an email or reach out to us on Twitter at TBMF1Show. As always, links found in the description of the video on the homepage of our channel, and we will make sure that we get back to you as soon as possible.
It's going to be an exciting 2021. Lots of cool things to come in the future on the channel.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, make sure you stick with us in 2021.
Well, all right, guys. Well, we will hope the best for all of you as well. If you don't hear from us before Christmas or the New Year, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Best of luck of everybody. Happy, healthy holidays, and hopefully everybody enjoys it. And F1 will be back sooner than you think, and so will we. Until next time, bye for now.